Not recognize his name, but you will certainly recognize his work. Kadir Nelson has already designed an album cover for Michael Jackson and also a stamp for the U.S. Postal Office. He's telling us now about his latest book. It is called Heart and Soul, The Story of America and African Americans. So glad to have you here. Tell us, first of all, about the book a little bit and what folks can enjoy. The images inside this are just awe-inspiring.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. The latest book, of course, is called Heart and Soul, the story of America and African Americans. And it's the story of America told through the recollections of a narrator who's about 102 years old. And she's an elder African American whose family tree has roots and branches that extend throughout American history, from the beginning of America to present day. And this story is told not only through her recollections, but also with about 40, a little bit over 40 paintings, original paintings that I created over the span of about 3 years.
Now, you also drew some inspiration from your own family's experiences. Can you tell us about that?
Absolutely. I really wanted to learn the American story for myself, not only the larger American story, but I wanted to learn how my family has contributed to this larger history. So I began asking questions of my relatives, my mother, my grandmother, aunts and uncles, extended friends, and I would ask them about their first-hand experiences or recollections or family stories that would help bring this American story alive. And so I would hear stories about the last slave in my family all the way up through the Civil Rights Movement. And I would take all of these stories and combine them into one, and put them into this one fictional family to tell this great American story.
How important is it though, to document some of these stories? So often some of these stories go to the grave with some of these people. I mean, was that an underlying purpose for you to get these stories finally told in some cases?
Well, so one of the things that I ran into when interviewing family members and friends is that, particularly when it comes to African American history and African American family history, many of the elders are a bit tight-lipped about it because it's a difficult history to share, especially with children, and you don't always want to put something that might be troublesome on their minds or on their spirits. But I think that as the elders are getting a bit older, they want to share their story. So that's how I'm introducing this story, as if it were a grandmother sharing her story with her young grandchildren or great-grandchildren.
Well, I got to leaf through it here briefly earlier today. It is a wonderful work. Once again, it's called Heart and Soul, The Story of America and African Americans. I want to thank you, Kadir Nelson, for your time today, and also want to thank Balzer and Bray for providing today's satellite time. Great stuff.